From the We're Back studios of Arizona, UFC 287 press conference. Welcome. Welcome to the MMA-Holes live stream. We've had requests to do this, so we're going to do it. UFC 287 is going down this Saturday night, and Pereira versus Adesanya will dance for the fourth time, second in the UFC. I caught up on the embeddeds. I usually don't do that. I wait until like the last second till they're all released, and then sometimes I go through it. But today I actually caught up on them. Entertaining. I have similar thoughts from last night's show, but I want to get to this press conference tonight and see if I can get some more information or just be entertained. So that's what we're going to do over here. How's everyone doing in the chat? Make sure you hit the like button. Before we go into the Shark Tank room, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-Holes for a 100% match on your first deposit. Head Rush, 20% off. Promo code MMA-Holes, link in the description. CBDX.com. The promo code is MMA-Holes for 20% off the finest of marijuana. Sheath Underwear. Promo code MMA-Holes for 20% off the best underwear in the fucking world. By the way, ESPN Plus is pinned in the live chat. It's in the description as well. So if you want to watch UFC 287, if you're going to be hanging with the boys, and actually paying for the card, use our link. We get money from it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Noah. How you doing? All right. So here's the deal. We're going to roll into this room over here. When the press conference starts, I will bring the guests in. We'll react to it. UFC 287. That's right. We're back on the main channel, and we're going to be reacting to this press conference. What are we going to look for at this press conference? I would imagine Kevin Holland is going to be very vocal. I'm curious if he's going to go back and forth with Jorge Masvidal. He had a couple of things that he said on Embedded. He had the behind-the-scenes hallway altercation. So we'll see about that. And we'll see, I don't know, Pereira is going to have a translator. Izzy's going to be frozen like Elsa, yada, yada, yada. The Embedded were really interesting for the pay-per-view. Yo says, a kid. Yeah, they weren't bad. I got to be honest with you. Like, this is what I take from the Embedded. Izzy seems like a fucking cool dude. Like, he does. Like, he's a little weird. He's a little odd. He looks more effeminate than usual. But he seems like such a nice guy. Like, as I was watching this. And Gilbert Burns, two freaking sweethearts. They seem like the nicest dudes. Pereira, there's a language barrier, so you don't know. He looks like a stone cold killer, but cool at the same time. Sean Strickland coming in, taking pictures with them was pretty funny. Trying to think what else in the embeddeds. Jorge Masvidal walking the streets. Now, it's a lot of Gilbert Burns training and Jorge Masvidal, I'm king of Miami type thing. So that could make people worried about the underdog pick in Jorge Masvidal. I'm still kind of leaning in his direction. I haven't picked Jorge in a minute. It's been a very long time since I've actually picked Jorge to win a fight. And I don't know. I feel like that plus money is just too juicy not to take at this stage of the game. We'll see at the face-offs. We'll see at the weigh-ins as well, and all that fun stuff. So we'll digest some more information. We're waiting on UFC to get going, and there should be a full dais. You have Rosas Jr., who didn't really have much of a part of the embedded. Very unique face. And I do know these things, 25. That's true. I do know these things. Gonna see what designer dress Izzy wears, Vera Wang or Dior. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Izzy was fielding a lot of homosexual comments in our last stream. So if you don't like those jokes, then this probably is not the place for you. There's going to be very insensitive jokes. A lot of jokes. A lot of Bud Light jokes last night. Apparently people are dogging on the king or queen of beers, whatever you want to call it. I still like Bud Light. I mean, I'm not a beer guy, but Bud Light's all right. Let's see. Are people going to stop drinking Bud Light because of their I don't even know what the promo is. I just see the memes. I have no idea what Bud Light is doing. Nor do I care. I don't need a commercial to be like, okay, that makes me want to drink that. Like, commercials don't sway me into drinking a certain thing. Like, if it tastes good, I drink it. Can't lie, Izzy's been emotional as fuck when talking about the fight. Yeah, Izzy, I feel a little more confident this time around with my Pereira pick. I am pretty much stuck on that side of the fence. I think Pereira is going to win this fight. But if Izzy turns into Izzy Nurmagomedov, you never know. It looks like he's going to wrestle, just like Kelvin Gastelum on Chris Curtis. It looks like those two are going to wrestle. So that's going to be interesting, seeing Izzy. Maybe he'll walk in with the big papaka hat. I don't know. Wearing a dress is not necessarily homo, just might be transvestido. Okay. Damn Savage, what's good? How you doing? What's good? IPA is better. I tell you what, Rob, I've drank a lot of IPA back in the day, and I've stopped because it gives me a massive headache. Some don't taste bad, but I don't know why. I get massive hangovers and headaches. So I stopped drinking it. I like scotch. If I'm gonna fall off the wagon and drink alcohol, scotch, whiskey, let's go, champs. So we're waiting on the press conference to get going here. Let's see. Looks like we're still waiting on this. Who is late? Who do you think's late? You got Burns or the king of 305. Right now, I've swung over to Masvidal. I have. I can't believe I'm saying it. I can't. Even while I was watching the embeddeds, I'm like, do I still think so? And yeah, I do. I feel like a lot of things are in his favor. The fact that he's getting that massive underdog plus is just too juicy not to take. Burns should win. But Burns, there are ways for him to lose his fight. If Masvidal stuffs a bunch of takedowns, I feel like Masvidal is the better boxer. He hits like a truck too. Burns hits like a truck. They both hit hard. But just because Burns did really well against Khamzat Chimaev doesn't guarantee that he's going to run over Masvidal. Every matchup is different. And at this stage of the game, I am edging over to Jorge's side. Now, if I might see something tonight between the banter back and forth, I might be like, you know what? Nah. I might. I don't know. But right now, I'm back on Jorge's side. 2-fight parlay, Rosas Jr. and Masvidal. All right, good luck. I hope you win. Hope you win that. Sample the WWE memes that Sonosi did you dirty. What are the memes? I did see there was a bunch. My Discord wasn't opening. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So it's a bunch of MMA-Holes. Sonosi did me dirty. It's a bunch of wrestling memes, it looks like. I don't know where he did me dirty. Okay. I don't know if you guys want me to show members of the chat's pictures, so I'm gonna refrain from that. Go check out the Discord if you want to see it. But members of the community are in there. I don't know. I feel weird unless I got like you know, the okay from everybody. You know, I'm gonna pump the brakes. I got bit by a snake. Oh, I thought you did that. Oh, you're saying the snake is Sonosi? Ah, I see what you're saying. Yes. How you doing, MMA Locker Room? How you doing? I appreciate the support, man. Appreciate it. Did you get credentials to this? Are you hanging with the boys in Miami? Miami looks, I mean, it looks popping right now. Like, Miami looks like the place to be. So if you're in the area for at least fight week, I'm sure you're having a good time. UFC does a pretty good job with their fight week. Rob fighting after taking a year off. Can't wait to see him perform as well. Rob Font. Yeah, Rob's such a nice... How about Rob Font's house? Did you see his house in Embedded? I was like, bro, this guy went from New England Cartel to fucking, like, villain home. Like, he looked like some sort of, like, villain from Lethal Weapon. Like windows from the floor, like, all the way up. Couple of stories high. Like, I'm like, ocean view. Was that his home? I was like, Rob Font, man. Rob Font's killing. These fighters don't get paid enough. Meanwhile, Rob Font living like a king in Miami. I don't understand that fighter pay shit, man. Like, when you see guys like Rob Font living like that, Rob Font's not a champ. Dude's just doing fine. Come on, UFC. Where's this freaking press conference, man? I don't have all day. If you're just jumping in, we're waiting. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the fighters up. We're going to stick them in the water. as they go back and forth. We're going to see if we get any more information. Thank you, MMA Locker Room. Appreciate that, man. It's not a background. It's actually, they're really behind me. I actually went to Miami and I stole all their fish. No state income taxes in Florida. That's true. Yeah, Florida's it was an option when we were moving. It was an option. I just don't like hurricanes and humidity, so I stuck with the rattlesnakes and scorpions and bobcats. Tax the crap out of tourists. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Here in Arizona, they're opening up like a theme park, not too far from us, and I'm sure they're gonna like it's gonna be wild, man. What they're opening, a lagoon, a giant theme park, a whole thing. Tax them tourists, baby. Tax them up. Let's see. Rob Font versus Marlon Vera was a really good fight. Yeah, listen, it sucks, man. I hope Cheeto can bounce back, but I feel like that last fight was a rough one for him. I don't think it's over for Cheeto, but I definitely think Cheeto is a little bit exposed. A little bit. Khabib is coming out of retirement. That's false. That's fake news. Welcome to Florida. Thanks for the money, says Tropic Tom. I'm good, bro. Hope you're doing good, too. You know, Jesse hasn't been to Florida. I do want to visit when the kids get a little bit older. I would like to visit because we know so many people and out of these gyms and actually promotions out of Florida. So I think it would be a good time if we went to Florida. So it's inevitable. MMA-Holes will be, if you're on that little thumb down below in Florida, if you're down there, we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be meeting up, hopefully in the near future. Jessie's with the babes. She's with the babes. But she'll be watching the press conference. Her boy's going to be yapping away. We're still waiting on the UFC to get going, so we got an open live chat. Speak to me, peeps. Chimaev versus Shavkat. What's your pick? So, man, I'm gonna go against the grain. I know a lot of people pick Chimaev in that fight. I'm gonna pick Shavkat. I said Shavkat's gonna be a champ by the end of the year. They're never gonna fight. I don't think, at least. I hope they do, but I don't think they're gonna match up for some reason. I feel like Chimaev will be at middleweight, and Shavkat will be hanging out at welter. I don't know if the stars will line up, so I'll pick Shavkat. I'd visit, but never there. I'm afraid my babies will be eaten by alligators. There are a lot of alligators. That's actually true. My grandparents used to live there. They're everywhere. Like, you go to a souvenir store, there's alligator heads everywhere. The upcoming storyline is too good for Masvidal to lose this fight, Mas. I'm telling you, 25. There are a lot of reasons why I feel like Jorge can get this done. There are a lot of reasons. I understand why Burns is the favorite, but to have him this much of a favorite in this fight is it's just crazy. This is tailor-made for Jorge to get the job done. So I'm expecting a very polished Jorge Masvidal going into this fight. I really do. I feel like this is going to be a very polished guy. I feel like this is going to be a bounce-back fight for him. I feel like Gilbert Burns doesn't even need to win. Because if Gilbert Burns wins, is he guaranteed a title shot? The answer is no. If Gilbert loses, does he really lose stock? And he doesn't. He actually doesn't. He's still floating in there. So, I mean, listen, of course Gilbert wants to win. He's training like an animal. I'm not saying he's going to take a dive. But, you know, I feel like Jorge Masvidal, this is the story. This is what the UFC wants. Alligators make great boots and handbags. Be careful, PETA will hunt us down and kill us. Dana holding all of us up. Yeah, what's going on? Who's late? What do you think? Chat, who do you think is late at the press conference? Oh, I just thought of something. You ready for this? I just thought of something. I'm getting flashbacks. When was the last time we had a situation like this for a press conference? I see Holland's fault in the chat. Bingo. Do you think Holland started another fucking incident? Do you think there was another incident, guys? Do you think it happened? Do you think the UFC was dopey enough to let something like that happen again? Think about it. Holland already got in the hallway with Jorge. Think about it. As you're thinking about it, hit the like button, please. Bash up that like button. We're waiting for the press conference to get going. If there is another incident in the, oh God, I tell you what, I wouldn't mind Holland versus Masvidal I wouldn't mind that fight at all. I would actually prefer that, to be honest. Yeah, it's delayed. It hasn't started yet. You'll know when it starts. You'll hear the audio and the boys will pop up on the screen. Imagine another main event switch. But what do? Strickland's in the building, baby. Strickland Pereira 2? Strickland versus Izzy? Is he on weight? Sean Strickland is in the corner of Chris Curtis. Could you imagine if the backup fighter... Hold on, friends. Could you imagine if the backup fighter is Sean Strickland? He's there. Doesn't make sense, but he's there. I just thought of that right fucking now. In embedded, he's there. He took pictures with Pereira. Do you think he's on weight? Oh, my God. Strickland versus, like, say something happens to Pereira. Strickland versus Izzy. Strickland Pereira 2. The first one went very well. I mean, you got... Nah, it wouldn't make sense. I was going to say you got Chris Curtis on the card and Kelvin Gastelum. Do you run back Kelvin and Izzy? I think we got... Oh, we got life. Okay. We have activity. So as soon as it gets going, I will play it over here. We have activity. There's life. Okay, we have movements. We have bowel movement right now. I'll show you guys. Don't worry. You guys got it. I got you covered. Trust me. I got you covered over here. The boys will pop up. You'll hear them. You'll look at them. They're just showing a promo now. Once it gets started, I'll have you guys covered. We'll do a reaction to it. We'll see if we could pull any information. Hopefully it's entertaining. I have low expectations. Very low. Strickland didn't look on weight. Yeah, it's probably not. He's probably not the backup. What's up with Paulo Costa? You think Costa didn't he sign a new contract? Did he come in on weight? I don't think Whitaker's on weight. Do you think KHAMZAT Chimaev, friends? Do you think KHAMZAT Chimaev's gonna hit the scale? Dude, that'd be fucking nuts. It's not impossible. Joe's going to try and fight everybody at the presser. Nah, I think Kevin Holland's going to stir the pot though a little. I think Kevin's gonna try it. That could be a little bit of a distraction for Jorge. Is the UFC? Hold on a second here. I'm just waiting for this thing to get going. Is the UFC streaming in wide stream now too? Or am I seeing things? Well, that's just they're not streaming in wide, are they? Dude, that'd be hilarious. Why do they always take so long to get these things started? Well, the last time with Holland, there was a fight. It could have happened again. We're just waiting for the promo to finish, and then once the guys try it out on stage, we'll let it roll. Wonderful. We got Tropic Tom coming in.
Paddy's probably on weight to fill in for the main.
Filling in at middleweight, Patty, the Batty Pimblet. Let's go. Thank you, Tropic. Appreciate it. Guess the fill-in fighter for the main event. I tell you what, KHAMZAT kind of makes sense. Strickland's there. He's probably not on weight, but KHAMZAT makes sense. We'll find out what the deal is. Why is this taking so long? Ever since Conor McGregor came into the scene, showing up late at press conferences, it seems like it's a thing. Patty the Fatty, the widescreen is clutch, Moss. We got you covered here. I see. I think the UFC is going in widescreen too. That'd just be another thing that they've ripped off of us. I mean, the UFC's actually ripped off shit from us, but I don't think it is. Hold on, let me see. That'd be hilarious. Mark my words, you heard it here first. Other MMA shows will be streaming in widescreen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There's real estate that's left on the table when you're watching on your phone that we'd like to take advantage of. Wow, Miami looking pretty today. They got the drone shot going. Damn, I tell you, it is beautiful there. It really is. It is beautiful. Welcome to Miami. The first widescreen, baby. The first fully interactive live MMA show. We've done it all. Dana White hits the stage. Okay, I'll be showing the boys very soon. Let me just wait for them to all pop on. Dana looking slim. Dana looking slim. This scene is beautiful. I tell you, man. I mean, you got fish to look at. You got fish. So we got 5 apiece. We have 10 fighters that are going to be on the stage. I guess that's why Chris Curtis is not going to be there. So all the main card fights will be there. Raul Rosas Jr. is the first to walk out. It's like Max Holloway and the Toxic Avenger had a kid. Oh, you know what? I keep on forgetting about this kid. Like, he can steal the show, too. I kind of hope he does. I kind of hope Raul Rosas steals the show. He's funny, man. THC galore. Yeah, Dana's losing weight. I thought it was Rob Font. It's Ponzinibbio walking in now. Yeah, Dana's like a rail. Ponzinibbio looking like he's ready for Miami Vice with his shirt on. All open button. Why not? I mean, if you're cutting weight, you're in the best shape of your life, have the buttons open, right? Kevin Holland hitting the stage. Big mouth, loud mouth. They should sit him next to Jorge. That'd be great. He's got the sunglasses on. We'll put him on the screen in a sec. Stand by, stand by. Let me see how many they got in there. All right. They got 35K in there, guys. We got to catch up. Hit the like button. If you haven't done so, hit the like button. We will put the press conference up. We will react to it. We'll break it down. We'll laugh. We'll make fun of it. Wife won't feed him anymore after the incident. Let's go. Adrian Yanez on the press conference. Yeah, Adrian's such a fun guy to root for. Actually, Rob Font, too. They're both such nice dudes. Adrian Yanez just feels like a fan that could fight really well. Like, it's weird watching him in the embeddeds and in the interviews. He's just kind of humbled and starstruck. It's really cool to see guys like that. You know, some of these guys put on this facade like, oh, I'm so cool and I'm bigger than everybody, you know, this and that, like Raul Rosas Jr. And it's like, you feel like when they look back, they're not gonna sit back and smell the roses, you know? They're not gonna do that. So, yeah, but whatever. Here comes Jorge. What's up? Wow, the crowd's on their feet. Yo, the place is buzzing for Jorge Masvidal as he walks in. Dude, this guy, man. This guy is something else. He's there. Oh, he's looking at Kevin Holland before he sat. Okay. All right, we're almost ready to go, guys. We're almost ready. The co-main event's almost sitting. What's up with Jorge? Does anyone in the chat actually dress like that? The answer is no. I hope the answer is no. Gilbert Burns is coming out in overalls. You'll see in a sec. Oh, my God. You'll see in a sec, guys. Don't worry. You'll see in a sec. It's going to be so cringy. All right, we're waiting on the main event now. We're waiting for IZZY and Alex Pereira. Oh, boy. Who's the biggest asshole MMA fighter? That's a good question. Oh, I think Luke Rockhold was. If you're just saying like MMA fighter, Luke Rockhold seems like a pretty big asshole. All right, is he walking out now? I don't know. Is he wearing a dress? My man's wearing a dress. Is he got a fucking dress on? Dude. Okay, I am convinced. I mean, it's not even a question anymore. It's all right. It's all good, man. That's his thing. That's his thing, man. He's wearing a dress. He's got a dress on. No joke. He's got sleeveless white shirt on with a dress. Dude, what the fuck is going on with this dude, man? Alex comes out with a nice purple suit on. Alex coming out like the Joker. Alex got a very weird walk. He walks like the skeleton guy in what's it called? All right, here we go. Let's get ready to go here. You ready, friends? Let's go, baby.
Me and my team have been fired up to get back here. It's been 20 years. We're finally back with an amazing card this weekend. Who's got the first question?
start with the champ, please. Alex, just wanted to ask you, you've had a chance to fight Israel Adesanya 3 times now, but just once in MMA. I'm curious kind of what you learned in the last fight or what surprised you in the last fight that you weren't aware of before.
Put him in the water,
Alex,
baby.
você teve a chance de lutar contra o Adesanya já 3 vezes, 2 vezes fora e uma aqui no UFC. O que você aprendeu com essas lutas contra ele?
Put him in the water.
Sempre aprendendo, né? Foi uma luta dura. Eu aprendi que eu tenho que estar mais atento. Todo mundo sabe que o Adesanya é um cara perigoso, é um cara experiente, é um cara inteligente. Então vem aprendendo muito. Eu sei que eu tenho que ficar mais esperto com ele.
Always learning in my life. I know that Adesanya is a dangerous, complete fighter, someone who's always taking advantage of opponents' weaknesses. I have to be more attentive to him, always paying attention because he can do things.
And Alex, of course, you're already 3-0 against Israel. You are the champion at this point. So what's at stake here for you? I mean, what does this fight mean to you?
E você 3-0 contra ele, 3 vitórias, nenhuma
That's it. Get out the fucking.
derrota. O que tá em
Get out the Brazilian questions. Get it out of the way.
você quer dessa luta?
Bom, eu não estou vendo essas 3 lutas que passaram, porque, como eu falei, ele é um cara experiente, ele foi o ex-campeão, ele é o ex-campeão. Então, se eu chegar dentro daquele octógono e eu não fizer nada do que eu treinei, ele vai ganhar de mim. Então eu tenho que esquecer essas lutas e agora vai ser uma próxima luta e eu estou preparado.
I'm not thinking about those 3 fights. As I said, he's a former champion, a great champion, a very dangerous fighter. If I keep those 3 fights in my head, I'm not going to do things the way I needed to. I trained for this one. I'm prepared for this new fight.
And Israel, for you.
You hear that chant? You hear that IZZY chant, baby? What? Damn.
I wanted to ask you a similar question as well. Obviously, you've had 3 fights with Alex at this point. I mean, was there anything in the mixed martial arts contest that surprised you or was different than you expected, or do you feel like you know this man 100% at this point?
I'd say his recovery and his fighting spirit. That's something that I definitely felt like he surprised me with. But Saturday night, time for talking is done. I'm going to show him my fighting spirit. And you all know I have that shit.
Wow. 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 Izzy, all he had to do was wear a dress. By the way, Izzy's looking jacked. My man's looking jacked. Look at this fucking dude. Holy shit. My man looking yoked right here. I guess when you're looking that big, you can wear a dress? What do you think, chat?
And for you, Izzy, on Saturday, what is most important to you? Is it about regaining the UFC title and being world champion again, or is it simply beating...
Fuck the belt. I'm coming for his head.
Uh-oh.
And just lastly for me, Dana, I just want to ask you quickly, it's the first time we've seen you since the massive merger news with WWE. I'm just curious, your thoughts on that massive deal. And I guess, fans are trying to figure out what it means to them. How will
It's incredible.
it impact the UFC and the fans?
I'd rather not talk about that right now. We could talk about that another time. But yeah, obviously, it's exciting for the company and everything else. But this is about these guys right now, not that.
Questions for Jorge Masvidal. Obviously, the big story this week has been 20 years since we came to Miami. Do you think the UFC was waiting for a fighter like yourself from here to come back from Miami?
I think you should ask him right there. Ask Dana that question, man, because I help influence decisions, but he calls the shots at the end, so I think that's a Dana question.
Then I'll ask you, Dana White, I'll ask the same question. Were you waiting for a fighter like Jorge Masvidal to finally return to Miami?
Listen, whenever you can come to, somebody's hometown that's a superstar like he is, I mean, it's fun, it's exciting, it's energetic. You know that when they both come out of the tunnel on Saturday night, it's just that goosebump moment that's going to be, it's badass, and you don't see it in any other sport. So, yeah, the answer to your question is yes.
Another one for Jorge. I guess what can fans expect from you on Saturday when you do get locked in there with Gilbert?
Violencia, 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 cojones, pinga, me cago en toda esta gente, los voy a matar.
What?
Llevo entrenando mucho tiempo y esto va para la gente que me entiende lo que estoy diciendo, voy a representar y voy a darlo todo para que ganemos y representar la cultura de los otros. ¿Cierto o no? So, toda mi gente, no se preocupen, yo me vengo
Hablo español.
preparando mucho tiempo antes de esta pelea. Sepa, no hay nada que él pueda hacer más que recibir la paliza. Bendiciones a todos, gracias a toda mi ciudad por apoyarme siempre. Ya ustedes saben, violencia nada más, cojones.
A lot of violence tonight to all the people that understand me. This is for you. I've been training a lot. This is for my city. This is for the people that are here. It's all for you. I've been training a lot. I'm all about this. Violence all the way.
So this is it, man. This is it for Jorge, man. You could see it in his face. This is it. This is the last hurrah. You can't lose this. So it could either be an incredible amount of stress and pressure, or he could harness that energy and just run through Gilbert Burns. Let me know in the chat what you think it's going to be. But Jorge looks ready to go.
Question for Gilbert Burns. Obviously, the big...
Ooh, the Boo Birds.
A lot of the talk has been who deserves the title shot, Colby Covington. If Jorge wins, is it Jorge Masvidal? Do you think people are overlooking you in this conversation of who could get the next title?
Dude, why is he dressed as Simple Jack? Why the fuck? What the fuck? Why is he dressed like Simple Jack? We're not going to talk about the mushroom head, but what?
I don't care. Tomorrow's going to be a show. You guys should tune in. Get your tickets. Come ready. I don't care. I'm going to put on a show Saturday night.
Dude, what is going on? He's got to be trolling, right? What the fuck is happening here?
For Israel Adesanya, right here. I just have to ask, what is this thing you're wearing on your neck right here?
I'm a dog. It's a dog collar, and I'm about to be unleashed.
Dude, what the fuck?
I'm a dog. It's a dog collar, and I'm about to be unleashed.
I have one more question for Jorge. Jorge, yesterday at the hotel, there appeared to be a run-in between yourself and Kevin Holland. I was curious, what was that about?
Absolutely nothing.
Whatever.
You know, there's nothing to talk about there. There's just some dick riding, cloud chasing bitch, you know, so ain't nothing to talk about.
Oh shit, going at now. We'll get to what Jorge's in a second. Jess, if you're in the chat or Izzy fans in the chat, are we still on the train, or are we slowly falling off? Are we slowly falling off the Izzy train? Like, what's happening? That dog, what? Anyway, let's get back to Jorge.
Nah, that's not what you were saying yesterday, bro. Watch your fucking mouth.
Kevin, I'm curious, what is the issue there?
I called him baby girl and he got mad.
Guys, come on, these two aren't even fighting. Knock it off.
All right. Okay.
Oh, come on, Dana. What are we doing here? Let him go. Knock him off. Jorge's supposed to win tomorrow. Don't distract him. Dana becoming that fucking old guy getting involved. Dana, just let him go.
Well, do you have a question about the fight, who these guys are fighting, or you just want to start shit in here? What's your question?
Oh, boo! 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 Dana! Boo that man! Throw tomato! Boo!
For Adrian Yanez. Adrian, you are one of the most technical bantamweights in the division, but Rob Font has great boxing as well. When it comes to him as an opponent on Saturday, what do you see in him as the most dangerous factor?
Man, he's an absolute dog, man. Rob Font's an absolute dog.
No, Izzy's the dog, hence the collar.
I can't wait. Look, this whole training camp, I put myself in a Marvin Hagler mindset. Fucking war. Because, man, I got a guy who's going to go tooth and nail with me. That guy's going to be there every single time, man. I'm super excited to fight a guy, man, who's not going to fucking back down. I'm telling you. It's going to be a fucking war. That's why they put us on the Miami card. That's why they put us here. Because they want to fucking fight here.
This is a good scrap.
Rob, for you, I'm curious. You've got one of the best jabs at 135. How does your boxing rank against Adrian's?
Man, he's sharp, you know. He's real sharp. He brings a lot of pressure. He loves going to the body. But I really have a lot of faith in my jab. I believe once I get this thing going, man, it's going to be a long night for him for sure.
It's a great fight, right? Font versus Yanez is fire, man. They don't have to say much on the mic. We know it's good.
Hey, guys. This question's for Kevin Holland. Kevin, Santiago, your opponent, is a really well-rounded fighter and always brings a high pace to his fights. I'm curious, how are you going to nullify his pressure? And ultimately, how are you going to get it done on Saturday night?
Footwork, angles, and then ultimately trying not to let him knock me the fuck out, right? Yeah.
Cool. And if Dana will let me, I I was gonna ask if we can get a little bit of.
Don't even ask, bro. Don't even ask. Don't get me in trouble.
You got it, man. Good luck on Saturday.
Oh, come on. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I want to hear Holland and Masvidal go back and forth. Dude, Masvidal and Burns are not going to go back and forth. Pereira doesn't speak a lick of English. We're going to have to rely on, I mean, Holland's not going to talk shit with Ponzinibbio. There's respect there. Shoeface, we got Raul Rosas Jr. Let's start asking him questions.
And for Santiago, you've had an incredible career, and this fight against Holland, I think, is, well...
By the way, real quick, this guy's trying to spit the question out. I'm looking at the live chat in the UFC. They're all spamming L. Dana. L. Dana. That's what they're all spamming. What happened to Dana White? We're trying to sell a fight card. It doesn't matter if these guys are fighting each other. We want juice. We're here to watch some excitement, a press conference, some trash talk. Dana wants Jorge to win this fight so bad. It makes me even more confident on picking Jorge Masvidal. The UFC wants Jorge focused on his fight so he defeats Gilbert Burns. That's what they want. L. Dana.
Will put you in a good place in the division. Where do you think this puts you in the division, and what are you striving to achieve before you call it an end to your career?
That's an exciting fight. This is the kind of opponents that I want. To put a show for the fans, you know, to give a award for everyone. And I'm ready to smash this guy and show to the world I'm one of the best welterweight. I need more opportunity for the belt. I have an injury. I was number 6 in the world, but now I'm going to prove to the world I stay in the best welterweights to take my opportunity for the belt.
And I'll ask you, given what we know about what happened yesterday, do you think that Kevin's focus isn't entirely on you? And do you think that if he's looking past you, it'll really...
Don't even answer that question.
No worries.
Dude, Dana is usually good. Dana is usually great. He's one of the best promoters in the game. What? You got security, right? You got security. Like, just keep these guys apart. Let them talk shit. Like, what is going on? Was he afraid that Masvidal is going to sucker punch him in the street? Is that what he's afraid of? Like, what's going on?
For you, Dana. One for you, Dana. So the UFC just announced...
That's nonsense, man.
...that it's coming to Canada this summer. So I was just curious if you had an official target location for that fight night, and if you had any ideas what kind of fighters we might see on it.
Yeah, we're talking about coming to Canada. We'll be there soon. We're still working on all the logistics.
Next question, Dana.
But the answer is yes. And I don't know about the card yet, because we don't even have the dates solidified yet.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Lo fuimos.
Raul, you've been thrusted into the spotlight at a very young age, and not only has it not affected you, but you're thriving. What is it about you that makes you or allows you to shine under high pressure?
I just believe in my skill set. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm going to continue to grow. We're just getting started, and we're coming for that belt.
And for Christian Rodriguez, what do you make of Raul? Obviously, somebody that's bursted into the scene. Do you buy the hype? Is he as good as people make him out to be?
Yeah, I think he's such a good fighter. With he's Mexican, of course, so I know all the good skills that he brings.
This kid just happened to be there.
We know that the UFC sometimes has these cities that they visit annually. Can the 305, can Miami become this city that gets a UFC event annually?
Yes.
Who answered that?
Is that question for me?
Yes, for you.
Yeah, say it again, louder.
Can Miami become a city where it's like an annual host of a UFC event? Like
yes. All day. All day.
Dana can't hear.
All day. He said yes.
So let me tell you this. So last time we came to Miami was 20 years ago. We did a gate of like $446,000 20 years ago. We came back here this time. This is one of the all-time biggest gates. This is the biggest gate outside of Las Vegas and outside of Madison Square Garden. We will definitely be coming back to Miami.
Everything's the biggest gate to Dana. Everything, right? But I have a feeling they probably did good at the gate, for sure.
And another for you, Dave. Both Gilbert Burns and Masvidal have said in the lead up to this fight that they believe that if they do something spectacular on Saturday, they can surpass Colby Covington and get the next welterweight title shot. Do you think there's a chance that they might change your mind on Saturday? Do you leave a little room for that?
Well, listen, Colby Covington, like him or not, the guy showed up in London. He cut weight. He did what he was supposed to do. He deserves the fight against Leon. There's no doubt. We'll see how this fight turns out on Saturday night. And, and the best case scenario is one of these guys are next.
Yeah, listen. Does Colby have something on Dana? Does Colby have something on Dana, guys? This is getting to, like, it's not guaranteed, though, because he did say, let's see what happens here. But does Colby have something on, like, what is going on? What is does Jorge have something on Dana? He's not going to jail. Like, what's going on here?
Ooh. When's the last time he finished somebody? I know Dana likes action, so.
You got another one for me?
Yeah, one last question for Jorge. I'm going to do this in Spanish because I know how important the Hispanic public is for you. Jorge, el perro, el gallo de Miami, por fin pelea en su casa. Sabemos qué esperar de ti, pero ¿qué tú esperas del público? ¿Qué quieres ver de estos fans el sábado en la noche?
Hey, Jorge, the king of Miami, a local guy here. We know what we can expect from you, but what can we expect from the public on Saturday?
Thanks, because I didn't understand what he had said before that. Pero violencia es lo que yo les voy a dar a ellos para entretenerlos, para que se disfruten. Y lo que ellos me van a dar a mí es la energía buena, las vibraciones buenas. Todos somos mayormente inmigrantes, latinos, gente que hemos luchado por estar aquí en este país y por lo que tenemos. So, cuando venga la pelea, yo sé que me van a estar dando esa energía buena que es Miami. Yo siendo un hijo de Miami lo voy a sentir desde que yo entré ahí.
For everything we've been through, this is Miami. We know what we represent. We know what you're bringing now on Saturday.
Shout out to Eve Edwards. I didn't see him till right now. What's up, dog?
Eve Edwards.
Go ahead, sir.
Vamos a matar.
Você foi campeão em novembro, sua popularidade explodiu no Brasil desde então. Em janeiro, o Davidson perdeu o cinturão, o Glover perdeu a chance de recuperar o cinturão. E o UFC voltou para o Brasil depois de muito tempo, estreou uma nova parceria no Brasil. Essa luta de sábado e a manutenção desse título, qual é importante? Não para você, mas para o crescimento do esporte no Brasil.
After you won the title back in November, you exploded in Brazil. Ever since, so Davidson lost his title, and Glover couldn't have the chance to regain the title again. Not for you, but for UFC, now that we have a new partnership in Brazil and UFC Fight Pass in Brazil, how important is this, not just for you, but for Brazil to regain the status?
All right.
É muito importante, né? Um mega evento desse daqui. Pouco mais de 20 anos aí que esse evento não acontecia em Miami. Então está sendo muito bem visto, tá um card recheado e é uma luta que todo mundo está querendo ver. Uma outra luta minha com o Israel Adesanya e a gente vai proporcionar momentos bons para você, show de luta para vocês.
A great fight, a loaded card, a great crowd. Everybody here, ever since for 20 years, that hasn't been here. On Saturday, we're going to give myself and Adesanya are going to put on a show for all of you here in the arena.
Durinho, você treina aqui na Flórida, o Masvidal treina na Flórida, o Kamaru Usman treinou aqui e o Colby treina aqui. Eu faço duas perguntas em cima disso. Uma, qual o segredo da Flórida de ter tantos campeões nessa categoria em específico? E segundo, quem é o rei da Flórida e por quê?
Hey, you train in Florida, Masvidal trains in Florida, Kamaru trained in Florida, a lot of champions train in Florida. I have two questions for you. First, what is the secret behind Florida? And two, who's the real king of Miami?
We love Florida, you know, all the Brazilians, everyone that comes here, it looks like real, humid, nice. I've been here 10 years. I know you guys love George, all the respect, but I've been here 10 years. And I'm gonna put on a show. And Saturday night, we're gonna find out. You guys get a new king on Saturday, we'll see.
He's like a fucking sweetheart, Burns.
Go ahead, sir.
This question is for Santiago Ponzinibbio. In Spanish first para todos los latinos que vinieron hoy acá. Hermano, Argentina acaba de salir campeón del mundo, tu gente está feliz Vos sos el peleador más importante de Argentina. ¿Sentís que esta pelea es como una Copa del Mundo? ¿Que tenés que ganar para que siga la fiesta?
Seguimos de fiesta, seguimos de fiesta. 6 millones de personas en la calle festejando esta locura del Mundial y vamos a seguir de fiesta. Este sábado le vamos a arrancar la cabeza a Kevin Holland y vamos a seguir de festejo.
Sí, señor.
Santiago, you're the Argentina world champion of the World Cup. You are the most important fighter from Argentina. Do you feel this is a World Cup for you? This is this as important as a World Cup for you? Well, there are 6 million people. That's his answer. 6 million people out there. This is like the World Cup. We're going to continue the party from the World Cup.
Estuviste rankeado entre los mejores del mundo. Una enfermedad casi te saca la vida, no pudo, pero sí te sacó del ranking. ¿Crees que una victoria contra Kevin Holland te vuelve a poner entre los mejores del mundo? Do you think after this fight you can be back in the ranking between the best ones in the world?
Creo que sí, creo que me lo merezco. Estaba a 6 del mundo y fue removido por inactividad, no por perder mis peleas. Siempre hago peleas emocionantes. Mis últimas derrotas fueron decisión dividida, peleas que pensé que gané y el resto las vengo ganando. Creo que una victoria contundente me va a poner de nuevo en la conversación para estar cerca por el título.
Vamos arriba, hermano. The last one for the champ. Pereira, campeón. ¿Você acha que va a ser una luta más psicológica o física?
Hey, champion, do you think it's going to be more of a psychological fight or a physical fight?
Então, vai ser uma luta psicológica e física. Todo mundo sabe, né? Eu falo pra vocês que a gente tem que esquecer essas 3 lutas que passaram. Mas o Adesanya, ele nunca vai esquecer essas lutas. Aconteça o que aconteça, ele nunca vai esquecer. Então eu uso isso ao meu favor, mas o principal vai ser no sábado.
Damn, look at his face.
It's going to be a physical fight. It's going to be a psychological fight. I've said as many times, we have to forget all those 3 fights. But I know he hasn't forgotten any of those 3 fights. And I think that's going to be a psychological factor. The important thing is what you're going to see on Saturday.
Go ahead.
Question for the former champion, Israel Adesanya. When you stand at the podium making your Hall of Fame speech one day, where do you visualize this fight camp, this soon-to-be war for UFC 287 ranking among the career milestones?
You mean the fight camp or the fight?
The fight.
This fight, like I've said, this is my 8-mile moment. This is it. One more shot at this. I put everything on my back. I've done everything in my power to make sure I do the worst thing to this man this weekend. I'm done with this talking shit. You guys want to hear me talk or you want to hear me fight?
Do you want to hear me talk or do you want to hear me fight? Hear me fight? You mean see you fight? So you went back to the 8-mile line that did not work, and you want to hear me talk or you want to hear me fight? Now Alex is chiming in.
Nas últimas 3 lutas, ele falou a mesma coisa e não fez.
Who did this the past 3 fights? He said the same things, and the result was that.
You don't even understand what I said, not understand what you said. What's going to happen this weekend is we're going to fight and see who the best man is at the end.
Ele me faz rir.
He makes me laugh.
Bro, listen, A for effort with Izzy. A for effort. Keeps on trying, man. Like he's at it for the 4th time. Everything's against him, right? Yet he still comes back. It looks like he's in fantastic shape. My man just responded, he makes me laugh. Dude, cold is the way, baby. Cold is Alex for sure, Dakota. Like, it's not, I mean, Alex is a stone cold killer. Doesn't have to say much. I don't know what to feel about this. Like, I just don't know what to feel about this, man. Listen, I know Izzy's going to be ready. He's going to be prepared. Think about this. The co-main event, Jorge has to win. If he doesn't win, he's probably done. If Izzy doesn't win this fight, he's got Alex as his daddy. Like, as long as Alex is there, he's daddy. Izzy has to win too. These are 2 must-win situations. And Izzy is still the favorite in that fight. Wow, man.
And question for the Trailblazer, Kevin Holland. WWE, UFC merger, one umbrella. Past or present, professional wrestling. If you could take one person with the steel chair to the skull, who would it be?
Oh.
Or UFC fighter, wrestling ring.
No comment. I'm trying not to get in trouble.
Thank you. Any other stupid questions?
Dude, like, I don't understand.
This one's for Izzy.
How is it a stupid question? How is it a dumb question? These guys got into a fight in the hallway. We're trying to stir some shit. You know? We're trying to stir some shit. Like, we're trying to get some juice. We're trying to make this exciting. The only people that are kind of talking trash with each other is Izzy and Pereira, but they don't speak the same language. Let the other two go. They've done let me just say this. When Sean Strickland was going back and forth with Israel Adesanya, where was Dana White saying, "That's stupid, cut it out"? No, he was letting Sean rant. He was letting him go. Why? Because these guys had a fucking back and forth in the hallway. They didn't touch each other. This is ridiculous, man. I guess he's too terrified of having anything go wrong after the last Kevin Holland fight card. We had to fight Chimaev and everything switched around. Maybe Dana's just terrified. You're a fucking, what are we now, $11 billion company? Like, you mean to tell me we can't get any security? We can't keep these guys away from each other?
Yesterday at Media Day, you seemed locked in. You didn't do too much talking, and you said you was ready to fight today. Is this the most locked in you've been for a UFC fight?
Yes, it's the most locked in I've ever been. And again, time for talking's almost done. Saturday night, yeah, we'll fight.
And this question is from Mr. 305. You told me yesterday we was cleaning up Vegas. 63% of the money at DraftKings is riding with you. The people out here, we want to know, is we getting the job done on Saturday?
Put the house on it.
Oh, we heard that before.
It's time we clean out Vegas one more time, everybody. All the goons know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
We've heard this before with Jorge.
Go ahead, sir.
Question for you, Dana. Last time Raul fought on the feature preliminary, now he's starting the main card. How special is Raul to get him in these important slots in your cards, in your pay-per-view cards?
Yeah, obviously we think very highly of him. He's up here. I mean, if you think of how young this kid is and where he's come from, the fact that he's up here amongst all these greats here shows how much we think of him. So he's got a big test coming up this weekend.
And for Jorge, hay mucha gente con muchas cosas importantes aquí en juego, pero nadie esperó 20 años para pelear en casa. ¿Qué tan importante para ti es una victoria aquí en el 305?
Jorge, there's so many people here that have waited for 20 years for this to happen, but I mean, how important is this for you?
En primero, Díaz Canelo, un cingao, un maricón. Para abajo el comunismo, Venezuela, Cuba, Brasil, Colombia, todos estos sitios que están pasando por estas situaciones. I love you. Y cuando yo entré ahí al ring es para representarlos a todos. Ya me olvidé de la pregunta un poco, pero no se preocupen. Biden también un let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon.
Let's go Brandon.
Let's go Brandon.
Lego Brandon. Lego Brandon.
Go ahead, sir.
Poitin, quando as portas do octógono se fecharem no sábado, você vai olhar pra frente, vai ver um cara que você já venceu 3 vezes. Ele vai olhar e vai ver um cara que ele perdeu 3 vezes. O quanto esse peso psicológico pode jogar ao seu favor e contra ele? Você já passou por alguma situação assim na sua carreira?
Alex, when those doors close on Saturday, you're going to be looking at a guy that you beat 3 times. He's going to be looking at a guy that beat him 3 times. How much of a factor does that go into play? And have you ever faced a situation like that?
Com certeza isso vai me ajudar muito. Desde a primeira luta que eu tive com ele, ele viu a minha evolução. Eu assisti a algumas lutas daquele tempo pra cá. Esse cara não mudou muito, mudou pouca coisa. Eu mudei totalmente. E ele sabe que eu mudei. E ele sabe o quanto eu sou perigoso.
Of course, that's going to play a big thing on Saturday. Ever since, this guy has seen how much I've evolved from fight 1 to fight 3. And I've watched a lot of fights from back in the day, and I have evolved so much. He has not changed a lot. And he understands how dangerous and how much I can do.
Durinho, Gilbert Burns. As 3 últimas lutas do Masvidal, ele se preparou para caras da luta agarrada, né? 2 vezes o Usman, uma o Colby Covington. Você é um cara que vem do jiu-jitsu, mas evoluiu tanto em pé que virou também um nocauteador, todo mundo respeita muito a sua mão. Nesse sábado, o Masvidal deve tomar mais atenção com a sua parte em pé, a sua luta no chão. Qual é o maior perigo que você acredita que leva para ele no sábado?
during the last 3 fights, Masvidal had to prepare himself for a grappling because of Usman and Covington. And how does he feel? I mean, now you come from jiu-jitsu. What does he have to worry about? That you're going to take him to the ground, or are you going to be standing up and striking?
I'm coming with everything. I'm throwing everything on this guy, or I'm going to knock him out, or I'm going to finish him. I'm coming for a finish.
Só para terminar a última aqui, Durinho, você mora aqui perto, né? Mas o clima local tá muito a favor do Masvidal aqui, a torcida é até difícil da gente conseguir ouvir. O quanto isso pode voltar de motivação para você? Como é que você se sente nesse clima?
And a final question for you. I know that you live here, you train here, but I mean, he's playing at home. We can feel it, we can hear, we can barely hear ourselves. So how much is that going to play against you on Saturday?
Eu já sabia disso, já vim pronto para isso, sabia que a torcida ia ser dele, mas tô ficando bom em pegar a torcida de volta para mim. Amanhã vai ser mais um dia.
I knew this. I knew coming in that this was going to be his crowd, but I'm getting good at this. Turning crowds around and coming around my way. It's going to be like that on Saturday.
Go ahead, sir.
Pergunta pro Masvidal. Masvidal, você ganhou o título do BMF contra o Nate Diaz e disse que em caso de derrota pro Durinho você pode eventualmente se aposentar. Você acha justo com os outros lutadores que almejam esse cinturão não receberem a chance de lutar por ele?
Hey, Masvidal, you're the BMF champion, and you got this title on your own, and then you said that maybe in a case of a loss, you retire. Do you think it's fair to other fighters that want that BMF title?
For starters, I'll say there's many BMFs sitting up right here with me. So
Kevin Holland?
Yeah, we'll definitely put that title up again. You know, I just want to get a nice winning streak and knock some people's heads out. And we're going to put that title right back up, you know. Miami, I love you.
Does anyone in the chat want another BMF fight? Anyone in the chat down for that? Another BMF fight? Or are we done with that?
Última pergunta pro Poatan. Poatan, você, na última luta, você entrou como desafiante e hoje você entra como campeão. Isso faz alguma diferença no seu psicológico, na sua maneira de se portar durante a luta? É melhor ou pior para você essa questão?
And one last for Alex. Last time you came in as a challenger, now you come in as a champion. How does that change your mind for a fight on Saturday?
É a mesma coisa, eu sempre agressivo, todo mundo que sabe do meu trabalho, sabe que eu vou pra cima o tempo todo, cercando o tempo todo, e é o que eu vou fazer. Eu não vou pensar, eu sou o campeão, o cara tem que vir pra cima. Não, vamos buscar também.
Everybody knows me, that's not going to change. Always aggressive, always pushing forward. I'm not a guy that thinks I'm the champion. I'm going to go after it as if it was the first time.
Miami, it's so awesome to be back here. Thank you guys for showing up today. We're going to square these guys off for photo op. We'll see you at the weigh-ins, and we'll see you Saturday.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna watch these face-offs over here. Okay. All right. What do we think? What do we think? Dana ruined the press conference? I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say, wow, Dana White ruined the press conference. Ever. I never, ever thought I would say something like that. I'm a big fan of Dana, you know, but that is, I do not know why you wouldn't let the only two guys that are willing to do some trash talking. I don't get it. All right, so Raul Rosas Jr., Christian Rodriguez. I'm going to mute this up over here because you can't hear him anyway. There they are. Okay, that's the face-off between those boys. I mean, I guess Rodriguez has got to win. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Here's Ponzi and a little Kevin Holland action here. Let's check this out. Kind of see it a little bit. Kevin looking down, Ponzi just staring him right in the eyes. Kevin gives him a nod. I do like Kevin in this fight. I couldn't believe that they made Kevin such a massive favorite, but I do like Kevin in this fight. I definitely do. I think I'm going to stick with the Kevin pick. We're going to move to Yanez versus Rob Font. Okay, a lot of respect from both boys. Look to be around the same height. They're talking to each other, respect. You know, both guys good dudes. That's going to be a fucking scrap. Talk about two guys that are just going to go at it. Good matchup at bantamweight. And here we go. Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is rocking his Simple Jack outfit Jorge got the lines. They just give each other a kind of a look. I tell you what, man. I tell you what. I'm still on the Jorge side. I still got to wait for the weigh-ins. But I'm still leaning towards Jorge Masvidal. I feel pretty confident that he's going to win this fight. He's a pretty big underdog. If he wasn't getting such massive plus money, I might just go with Burns. But the fact that he's getting all this plus action, I think Jorge's got this thing. Let's look at the main events. We've seen this before. Jorge Masvidal now walks off. Izzy and Pereira. Here we go. Deja vu. And Pereira gets up in his grill. Izzy's giving him the look. Izzy's got a dog collar on, a dress. I'll show you the outfit if you're just jumping in. If you want to see the full thing, Alex has the Joker outfit on. They're both checking each other out. I mean, I tell you, man, by face-offs alone, just, dude, great rivalry, even though Izzy hasn't won one. Alex Pereira is just a stone-cold killer, man. Stone-cold killer. I am not picking Izzy in this fight. Not doing it. But if he wins, it will be a good story. Wow, they are not separating. They are not separating. Yo, dude, man. All right, let me just show you, if you're just jumping in, what Izzy's wearing. I'd like to get your idea, your opinions on this. Okay, so what are we doing? So there's Pereira. There's his fancy, nice suit over there. It's a purple suit. He's got his bae next to him. That's his, I guess, his, I don't know, girlfriend, wife, fiance. I have no idea. And then Izzy is walking in. And let's just dissect what Izzy's got on here. Okay. I mean, I'm out of the loop. I just wear MMA-Holes gear. So who am I to judge someone's style? But you start off from the bottom. Let's work our way up. You got these white flip-flops on with these nice long white tube socks. You got a little gap in between, and then we see a nice swirly, flowery, flowy red dress. We got some bracelets on. Then we go up top, and it's kind of I think he's got a bra on. I don't know. Arms looking chiseled. Looks like he's in good Japanese. That's Japanese. Okay. So you're saying Japanese men dress like that? Okay. And then he has a dog collar around his neck because I think he's ready to let the dogs out. I don't know. What was his thing here? Izzy's trying to unleash the hounds, I think. I don't know. But he's got a dog collar on and... Thank you, dogs. Okay. What do you think? Someone in the chat would be like, it's Japanese. Nah, bro, it's a dress. That's a fucking dress. I don't care what culture that comes from. That's a dress. It's a Japanese dress. That's a dress. But yeah, there's Izzy and Pereira. Let me know in the chat what you think about both gentlemen. That's Japanese. A Japanese dress, yes. Whoever said do this stream today, I feel like I should ban you from the channel. I feel like I don't know if I can get that back. I am so disappointed, not in the press conference, but I'm disappointed in Dana. I feel like we really had a good opportunity there to get some good trash talk. I understand it's not a fight that's happening on Saturday, but it's just juice. And they're protecting this way too much. And I don't know. Man, I'm here for the cringe. I'm here for the fucking cringe. And he took that away from us, guys. Dana took that away from us. What are your thoughts here? I mean, other than I still feel good about Jorge. I do. Like, I feel like it's a little disrespectful, the massive swing in the odds. I understand why Burns is the favorite, but I think Jorge's got this. I do. I am jumping back over on the Jorge train just for this fight, and I think he wins. The main event still going with Pereira, unless I see something crazy at the face-offs tomorrow, the weigh-ins. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really stands out. Everything else was lackluster. Kevin Holland and Ponzinibbio. Holland was neutered. He couldn't say anything. He had no beef with Ponzi. Ponzi doesn't really talk much trash. Raul Rosas Jr. said nothing. This is a huge opportunity for the 18-year-old. And it's funny, when he's isolated and he's by himself, you put a microphone in front of him, he's full of words. He says some good stuff. You put him on a dais with the other veterans that are in the organization, and then you see Raul Rosas kind of fade. It's the same thing with Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has this, it's like maybe it's a bantamweight star thing. I don't know what it is. Isolated and alone, playing video games or one-on-one with a reporter, not bad. But you put him in front of the rest of the guys and they turtle up. And Raul Rosas Jr. is only 18 years old. But if you're going to talk a big game by yourself and then you get on the dais and you kind of shit the bed, I don't know. I kind of expected a little bit more from that kid. He had a big opportunity. Maybe he's just focused on his big fight. Maybe that's what it is. But other than that, that's it, man. There's nothing else that really stood out. Everything that happened at the press conference, I kind of expected. There's nothing that really stood out to me or swayed me in a specific direction. So let me know in the chat what you think. I mean, that was kind of, he was nervous, bro. He's 18, doesn't have to talk yet for the mic. But here's the thing. If you are going to create this character, right? You're in front of the media by yourself, and all of a sudden you're a hot shit, and you're saying, well, they got to do it. If they want to be on the main card of a pay-per-view, they got to do this, they got to do that. Like giving advice as an 18-year-old, you got to get up on that stage. You got to back that. You got to keep it going. You got to keep that same energy. And he just kind of backed up, So he's only 18. He's got time to mature and evolve, of course. But I was expecting a little bit more. Expecting a little bit more. You want to do the bet? No, I feel bad, Sonosi. You gave us 2 PlayStations. I can't be taking all your money. You're a nice guy. Why do you want me to take all your money? I mean, it's very nice of you to do that. But I'm just going to gloat with the victory. I'm going to gloat with the victory on this one. I feel bad taking your money, man. Like, in that way, like, you do forget I'm mystical. You forget I'm mystical. When you have these superpowers, you can't be taking advantage of the weak. Hey, Bappa, that's your narrative. Stop being a hater, B. I got a message from Luana today. I made sure to have set up the Luana SCHAUB, that whole SCHAUB universe shit for after this fight card. I could have done it yesterday, but I made sure to push it after this big event because honestly, I couldn't handle it. And I thought it just wasn't good timing, but apparently she's got a lot of shit to talk about. So that's next Wednesday. The cringe is going to hit hard on Wednesday. Gave you 2 PlayStations. Brown. No, it's not a brown nose. He's a very nice guy. Very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. Slow DK. How dare you shame? How dare you shame a donator? I mean, they're keeping us alive over here. You have another kid on the way? That's true. I do. Thank you for reminding me. Alex is going to bring out his warrior outfit, and Izzy is going to come out in a dancing. Wonderful. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You better get strapped, says Shoom Grizzly. Who? Me? What are you talking about? Bappa versus Goated. That's happening Wednesday. We'll get back into that after we digest what happened this Saturday. What have you done, bruh? Having a crazy lady on. Yeah, she is wild, man. She is. You thought Mark Harley was crazy? We got a good one. We got a good one Wednesday, man. This one is going to be bonkers. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, you're useless. Hit the like button right now. It's completely free. I appreciate it. Share the stream. Shout out to our sponsors once again, mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES for 100% match on your first deposit. CBDX.com. If you want to get high, 20% off, promo code MMA-HOLES. Head Rush, promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. Link in the description. And Sheath Underwear, promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. Sheath Underwear. There's links in the description to Sheath and Head Rush. Also, ESPN Plus, if you're going to buy $287. Only if you're going to purchase the event on Saturday. Use our link, please, in the live chat in the description. Actually, do it right now. If you're going to buy the pay-per-view, I would say thank you. in advance for you to do that, because not all the money goes to the UFC, ESPN, plus it comes to the MMA-Holes. We get a little piece of it. It splits it up. So if you're going to buy the pay-per-view, I urge you, please use our link, and I thank you in advance. When it comes to the fights this weekend, if you cannot afford it, that's fine. We got you covered. We're going to be doing our live play-by-play for the entire event. So that's going down Saturday night. We'll have it scheduled, ready to go. Tomorrow's Fook off Friday, and that's about it. Thank you very much for coming on. Wednesday cringe. Wasn't Luana the girl that was talking in the background of the market? Yes. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-hole.